Sabah everybody and welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we're going to talk about the Huawei Freebuds Studio. These are a premium pair of headphones from Huawei that are over the ear, so they're not going to be the in-ear similar to the other Freebuds we've seen. They offer ANC, a super comfortable wear, of course a long battery life, gesture control, multiple connection to two devices at the same time, all the features that you expect from a premium pair of headphones. This is TK and this is my review of the Freebuds Studio from Huawei. Like and subscribe and make sure you hit that bell icon so that you're always notified to whenever we have new videos on the channel. So here is the Huawei Freebuds Studio. Again, over-the-ear experience. They do come in a couple of colors. This one is the more golden color. There's also a black color. And as you can see right here, intelligent dynamic active noise cancellation. We'll talk about that a little bit. There's touch sensitivity and a premium design built into this. High resolution audio that will work with almost every device, but not only that, it also has some unique features that run specifically on Huawei devices as you would expect. And of course, last but not least, of course, awareness mode, the ability of being able to listen to outside noises as well. And the last thing we want to mention here is as intentional dynamic ANC, that's what we have, up to 48 kilohertz high resolution audio, awareness mode, 6 microphones for noise cancellation and call, and of course, dual device connection, since this actually does support multiple devices. And I have it connected right now to the Huawei Mate 40 Pro as well as the S21 Ultra. In the box, we get a case. It's actually a hard shell case. Definitely very nice. It unzips, opens up. We are greeted directly with the headphones themselves, and of course they also include a USB-C to USB Type-A cable to be able to charge our device. Now you can use any brick, but you can definitely also use the charger that comes with the Mate 40 Pro. Again, this actually will work with any Android device or even iOS. The only thing though is controlling it. You do need to have an app called the AI Life, and we'll definitely check it out. On Huawei devices, you don't even need the app because it actually works through the settings, and we'll get a chance to check that out. The headphones themselves are very nice, very comfortable to wear for an extended amount of time. I've been using them for about a month now, and I can definitely say overall experience very nice. The material is definitely very premium, basically what they're using here is protein leather on both the ear cups as well as actually the top section. Now the cushioning is only present in the section in the middle here where your head will be resting, but overall extended wear on this is absolutely comfortable. There's no issues at all. And it also includes 6 different microphones that enable it to not only have great audio calls, but also noise cancellation. So there's 1, there's 2, and then there's a third one sitting at the top, and it's present on both ear cups. Now they do pivot out, so if you're looking at them, here's the right ear, the left ear, they pivot away from you, so when you take them off, you can put them on a table like this. Unfortunately, they don't pivot the exact same magnitude to the other side. They do pivot a little bit for better comfort when you're putting them on. There's an indicator of right and left, and of course, the ability of just wearing them makes it very easy. And you can adjust, of course, the resistance to your liking. As I mentioned, 2 different colors available currently, black one and this golden version. Now, before we go too far, I do want to mention the application that you need to download. It's called AI Life. It is currently available on the Google Play Store. Unfortunately, the version on the Google Play Store does not allow us to actually connect directly into it. The only thing I would probably say is you probably need to just do a Google search for the app gallery version of this. I'll give you guys a link to that in the description below to get the latest version that will allow us to actually connect to both devices. Now, you'll notice on both, on right and left, I actually see the actual headphones as it's connected to both of them simultaneously. So that's the dual pairing. The battery level 54%. We have noise control on both of them, and of course you can double check. You can change the shortcuts, change the audio HD, the EQ settings, the settings, find my headphones, the help, and of course if there is any updates to the headphones, which there was recently, and that's version 1.9.0.156. It introduced a few additional EQ modes that we were able to actually control. Overall, as far as the noise cancellation, the noise quality, or the sound quality, now on off, which is what I have right now, this is going to be the best experience when it comes down to these headphones. And what I mean by that is the battery life will last us up to 24 hours of usage. And of course, when you turn on ANC, which is the active noise cancellation on the left here, that actually reduces it about 4 hours or so. So about 20 hours with it, 24 hours without. So battery life will last you long. An 8-minute charge can give you, or a 10-minute charge can give you basically up to 8 hours worth of playback with active noise cancellation off, and about 5 hours when you have them on. The app itself, again, as I mentioned, is used to control. Now, on Huawei devices, which is running EMUI 11 and higher, you actually have the additional functions here directly within the Bluetooth settings. And that's something that's a little bit different than what we get here with Android or standard Android applications. Although we are connected, we don't get any of those features. So just be aware, on non-Huawei running EMUI 11 or later, you do need to download the AI Life to be able to get the controls and get everything running the way you want them. Now, again, You can activate these things, change them directly onto the headphones from the app, or of course you can actually use this nice ANC button, which enables us to actually toggle between them. So pressing them toggles between the 3 different modes, and it automatically tells you phonetically here. So it does play the sound to let us know that it's working. Under shortcuts, you're pretty much straightforward. All of the touch gestures are on the right ear cuff, and basically you double tap to start and pause, which is what we get. Now under touch and hold, you can basically launch the assistant or be able to turn on some Huawei music functions. Last but not least, adjusting volume by swiping up and down, and of course ANC on and off. You can toggle the modes that you want. By default, as I mentioned, they're all turned on, and you can actually swipe between those 3 different versions. Again, keep in mind, you're able to customize a lot of things here on Huawei devices, so you can use them directly from the Bluetooth section, or you can do it directly from the AI Life. And you can customize the Smart HD here to automatically turn on HD audio if you want. So it changes between HD audio and standard to be able to extend the battery life. Turn on 3 different EQs, so default, bass boost, or triple boost. Currently have it on bass boost. And of course, you can also go in there, find my device, and settings, which just turns on basically the smart wear detection. So wear detection on these works very, very nice. And you can also set the auto power off to be as long as you want or as short as you want. 1 hour would be the least amount of time that you can have them on. So if you forget them, they will shut themselves off. And of course, last but not least, the ability of updating them. Again, the features are available on both sections. The only difference you'll notice here is that the Smart HD function doesn't actually show up on other devices. It only shows up directly on Huawei devices because there is an actual mode here that is slightly higher when it comes down to audio. Here supports AAC and SBC, but on Huawei devices, it goes further to L2HC, which essentially gives us 24-bit up to 96 kilohertz as far as the audio quality. So transmission on this works much, much better. Dual antenna, Bluetooth antennas here for better connections and better distance and range, which is definitely working very nice on top of the 6 microphones that we have. So, you know, great 40mm drivers on each ear, and of course, right and left indicators. There's no question this is going to be super, super comfortable. Protein leather, a lot of cool features, and again, very fast charging. Now, as far as actual wear, pretty simple. You just overall extend the actual sides, get them to the right fit. As you can see right there, I can just double tap, stops the music. Double tap again, starts it up. I can swipe, takes me into the next song. Now, one of the things I want to mention to you guys, so I'll go ahead and start the music. Take them off automatically. Now, there's a little bit of a delay, but it definitely does turn them off, and I put them back on. Pauses exactly. And of course, you could just turn them the other way when you put them down on a table, and it works really nice. The range on these is actually surprisingly well. It actually surpasses most of my other ranges that I've actually tested on. The overall performance, because of the dual Bluetooth connections that we have on there, you're not going to be disappointed. So since I want to talk about the audio quality and how do they sound, first I figured let's go ahead and start off by doing an audio recording with the Bluetooth on my S21 Ultra. So we're using the 6 different microphones that we have in here, 3 on each earpiece, and of course they're used for noise cancellation as well as obviously conversation. So hopefully the audio sounds good. As far as performance and the overall sound, I feel like they're actually good. It's a well-balanced pair of headphones. And what I mean by that essentially is that there's nothing, none of the mids, highs, or lows are over-pronounced. Although if you do turn on bass option in the settings, as I showed you guys, you definitely can get a little bit more of a kick. But I would say definitely they're more on the mids and lows, definitely sound really good, and vocals are definitely very, very nice. I do want to mention though on the last thing, as far as the actual noise cancellation and the awareness mode, noise cancellation actually works really good. It already has a built-in noise reduction because of the way it sits over our ears. But of course, with the awareness mode, it works really nice. It actually amplifies the audio a little bit higher than the average sound that you're listening to. So if you're listening to normal ambient sound like the way it is right now, it amplifies it a little bit so that you can have a conversation. Although if I kind of have to compare them to some of the other options on the market, I still think what we get with the AirPod Max are definitely going to be the best, but these are definitely really good considering where we are getting here. Again, a well-balanced sound, good mids and lows, and good highs, and of course, great ANC, and last but not least, great awareness mode. As you saw there, wear detection works absolutely great. The only thing I would probably say is make sure you download the latest version of the AI Life app so that you're able to actually customize them. For some reason, the one that's available directly on the Google Play Store, it does not support the Freebuds Studio. So you do need to download it directly. Again, I'll give you guys a link in the description below to be able to download the latest version directly from the app gallery. And that gives you the ability of seeing the Freebuds Studios and customizing them, specifically for non-Huawei devices. If you're on a Huawei phone running EMUI 11, there's not going to be a problem. Just go do all of your setting configuration in the settings tab under Bluetooth, And for the most part, everything is exactly the same. The only difference between it is just an aesthetic look. So the app is independent and it should be working on non-Huawei devices. Now, as far as the audio performance, they do perform definitely better on Huawei phones, and that's because of the design and of course that codec that's built in to EMUI Y11. So as far as performance though, I think SBC is actually pretty good quality audio for non-Huawei devices, and audio sounded really good, and depending what you set on the EQ, you're able to actually get some decent bass on them. They're not super heavy on the bass, they're very well balanced when it comes down to the audio performance. Although if you want to get a little bit extra kick, you can definitely do that there. Battery life is really nice. Range is actually extremely well. Again, my standard range test from one side of the house to the other side on the backyard with the house between it worked perfectly the exact same way. And I love the fact that the touch controls were super accurate. And what I mean by that, whenever I swipe, there was never a rejection. There was never an issue where I have to do multiples. It actually swipes and it works exactly the same way. Double tapping, launching the assistant on my Samsung device works perfectly fine. And again, those are the things that I really appreciated about them. Now I tested it between the Mate 40 as well as the S21 Ultra, mostly because I wanted to test out the multiple or the simultaneous connection. So you could definitely do that with a PC and your headphones and they're going to work fine. I don't consider these gaming headphones, so I would not necessarily say that these are going to be very competitive. When it comes down to latency, they're a little bit higher than what most gamers would recommend. So basically, if it's not somewhere between 50 to 70 millisecond, it's not going to be a really good pair of headphones. So I'm not going to say that casual gaming is not going to work fine. If you're playing PUBG or any kind of a Call of Duty where listening and making sure that you're literally on the spot when somebody is either walking next to you or there's any kind of shots, that's not going to be the pair of headphones that I would recommend. But for media consumption, absolutely one of the best options. Watching movies and again, controlling everything on them works great. Charging them is pretty fast. Again, about an hour to charge them from 0 to 100%. And if you want to just do about maybe 10 minutes, you can get up to 8 hours worth of usage, which is really nice. So what do I think of the Freebuds Studios? I think honestly, if you're thinking of a pair of headphones that is considered to be a premium experience, from the protein leather experience, the nice comfortable wear for extended amount of time without overheating, I think they're providing us a really good experience. There's a couple of color options, of course, and as I mentioned to you guys, they're going to work with almost any Android device. Just make sure you download the latest version of the app, the AI Life app, directly from the link in the description below. The one on the Google Play Store will not work, so you do need to make sure to get that one. So let me know in the comments below, what do you guys think of the Freebuds Studio? Are these type of headphones the ones that you like to listen to? But if you're more of the in-ear type of an experience, Huawei of course still makes Freebuds, the standard Freebuds that are more of an in-ear experience. And I feel like this is what they're known for an extended amount of time. At the end of the day, these are a premium sound experience headphones from Huawei for our smartphones. Like and subscribe as usual. Thank you very much for the support. And of course, I'll see you in the next one.